So for anyone who hasn't been tracking their food for a while, and you can apply this to new clients, current clients, yourself, the minute you start tracking again, you immediately realize that you are under consuming protein, over consuming carbs and fats, and over consuming calories every single time. I literally tracked for the first day in, I don't even know, months yesterday, and just set some random rest day targets in a moderate deficit. And the food choices that I had to hit and the number of snacks that I wanted to go for, where I was like, is that going to fit? Nah, not really, was wild.
That's, if I haven't heard a better argument against intuitive eating than that. Or like, I guess I should rephrase, like a better argument against permanent intuitive eating, like having these intermittent periods where, hey, I'm going to go back and start tracking, get myself back in a educated, aware mindset. Man, dude, 100%. If you're not tracking, it's so easy to overconsume carbs and fats and underconsume protein and overconsume calories.
You make a great point about intuitive eating, because intuitive eating almost only could work in a food environment that doesn't have the level of ultra processed delicious foods that we have.
Correct.
Like, if we were in a world of only single ingredient foods, apple, banana, chicken breast, egg, etc.
Yep.
Intuitive eating, I think, would work fine for almost everybody. But in a food environment with as much delicious crap as we have, that's very carb and fat dense and not satiating and delicious and just tickles those neurotransmitters, it's basically impossible to. It's not basically impossible. It's not a good strategy for almost anyone, especially if losing body fat is part of their goal.
I think we could even take it further. Like, this is a really interesting slope to go down, where let's just remove all processed foods, and just go like to all the single ingredient, all the fruits, vegetables, proteins, all that, right? We've just got that. But let's say we've still got TV commercials and movies with those foods in them. Okay.
With healthy foods in them?
No, with like the processed foods.
Okay.
So like you see them and they still create that desire for them, and they can literally still create hunger. They can create salivation. You're going to be more likely to go eat the foods that you have available just because that was stimulated through seeing it. And then just because you have it available to you, even without the commercials, even without seeing it, if you've got a pantry full or a fridge full of all, even like nuts and seeds and berries and all that stuff, these natural single ingredient foods, not processed, but nuts and seeds and berries, like nature's candy, if you will, things that are super calorically dense, that are very easy to overeat. And you could just put salt on them, like very easy to overeat it that way.
Yeah.
The amount of time in history that we've had that a huge percentage of people have had a readily available abundance of food is absolutely minuscule.
Rounds to zero.
Yeah. The only people who would have had an abundance of food are like the wealthiest of the wealthiest of the wealthiest, the emperors, the kings, the queens, and even then they didn't always have it, but they did have more.
And even then you're looking at, depending on how long you think humans have existed, you're still looking at a small percentage of history.
Correct. Yeah, that's exactly right. So that's a great point. So let's just take all the processed foods out, even take the commercials out, all of that, and only have the single ingredient unprocessed foods readily available. I still think intuitive eating would be really difficult because you have it readily available to you. It's all there. Whereas before, for the vast majority of human history, the only way you got food is if you went out and got it. You killed it, you prepared it, you gathered it. Like it wasn't just in your home that you're comfortably sitting in all the time. Like even if you could have even if it was like you still had Uber Eats, but they were Uber eating, delivering you nuts and seeds and lentils and by the way, lentils not cooked in outrageously in huge amounts of butter, or it's just like just the lentils and it's just like just the nuts and seeds or just the berries. Even if you remove your movement from the equation, I still think that people would overeat simply because it's there and they have the ability to access it and they want the crunch, they want the taste. They're just like, what do? I'm just going to go eat. You know, intuitive eating it's very difficult.
Obviously, to a lesser degree than we overeat now.
100, like by a factor of 100. Yeah,
but you're saying it's not only food choice, but it's
correct.
But it's food choice and
accessibility,
abundance of calories that exist in our systems that we don't have to go kill the antelope.
Correct.
We go to the grocery store, we order it from the grocery store, have it delivered, have it stocked in our home. Yeah.
Correct. Yeah. Yep. That's exactly right. I mean, people are like, yeah, we were made to eat intuitively. It's like we were made to go hunt and kill our food. And by the way, like you were just eating it after cooking it on a fire and after you'd gutted it and like after you'd picked berries and nuts and like, by the way, all the nuts, they weren't shelled for you. Like you had to fucking shell these nuts for it.
Yeah.
Like, the amount of work you had to do to eat was insane. So the idea that intuitive eating comes naturally to us is the greatest fallacy. Like I'm all for intuitive eating especially from like a improving relationship with food perspective. And there's definitely a way to do it. But in this I've never been more against intuitive eating than I have been in this single moment. It's just outrageous to tell people that this is what we're made to do. You want to do what we're made to do? Okay, go kill your food. That's what we're made to do.